sir. Good evening, friends. Today we are going to learn one new thing. Today we are going to take information about the preamble of Indian Constitution. We will first learn that what preamble means. Preamble means the preface of the Constitution. It is the first page of our Indian Constitution. Some say that it is identity card of Indian Constitution. Some say that he was Nani Palkhiwala. Nani Palkhiwala was a great lawyer, and he said that it is the identity card of Indian Constitution. And we know that what preamble is. We have been chanting that preamble, or we have been praying that preamble at the time of our school assembly in our school. So we will learn the meaning of the preamble, or we will try to take information about the preamble of the Indian Constitution. And first one thing is preamble. Preamble is the preface. Preface, that means first page, and it is giving totally overall information about our Indian Constitution, and it is one type of political horoscope of our Indian Constitution. It gives every principle. It gives or it tells information about every principle of Indian Constitution. If at the time of the interpretation of any provision of Indian Constitution, we take help of the preamble, or in Supreme Court also. If any doubt, Supreme Court has any doubt about any provision, or anybody has any doubt about any provision of Constitution, any provision of Indian Constitution, that time we can take help of preamble for interpreting that provision or that verb or that law. So let's start. Before starting, I will directly tell that preamble from first to end. That preamble is: we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thoughts, expressions, beliefs, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. It is the preamble of our Indian Constitution. If we see the preamble, if we see it by concentration, then we can get it is the one sentence. It is directly one sentence from we to the end of that word. It is totally one sentence. We will not find any full stop in between the preamble. It is directly one sentence. And we have adopted this concept to keep preamble in the Constitution. This concept we have adopted from USA, United States of America. And one more thing, that our starting of the preamble is also similar to the starting of the USS preamble. Their starting is as like that, we the people of United States of America. So our starting is also like that, we the people of India. So let's start to understand the meaning of preamble. We have started it from the word we. We, that means who, we the people of India. And the sovereign power, the main power, is executed in the people of India. That this we word is telling us. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India. That we are responsible person, and we are constituting our India. We are making our India. We solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. We have to make our India, or we are going to make our India into by using these all principles. So first one principle is sovereign. Sovereign means what? Sovereign means that not to get under control in any country, in any other country. That means we are free, or we have freedom to decide our own policy. That we are not in the influence of any other country. That influence, that we can say that United Nations influence, we can take exception, but it is not directly true. We are free to decide our own policy. That is our first one principle is saying us, sovereign principle. Second one is socialist. If the term socialist comes towards us, that time we think that it is biased towards the Russia, or socialist term came from the Russia. We can think that, but our socialism is different than their socialism. Our socialism is related to Gandhian socialism. Our socialism is telling that we are going to give opportunity, equal opportunity to everyone. That is telling socialist principle. And actual communist socialism says that resources of the income should be under control in the government, should be under control by government only. It is communist socialism telling that. But our socialism is Gandhian socialism, and socialist word was not in the real preamble. actual preamble. It had been included by 42nd Amendment in the year of 1976 by the Madam Indira Gandhi. And then next word is secular. Secular concept is, again, there are two types of secularism. First one is Western concept and second one is Indian concept. Our concept is different than Western concept. Western concept is telling that secularism, that means state will not follow any kind of religion. So our concept is quite different than them. That our concept is secularism means that state will not treat or state will treat every religion equally. That is our concept. So secularism, and this word was not in real preamble. This word also had been included by 42nd Amendment in the time period of Indira Gandhi Madam. Next word is democratic and republic. These all are the features of our constitution, and these all are the features of our Indian government also. So democracy means what? Whenever we think about democracy, that time we all know that the definition of Abraham Lincoln. Democracy means nothing but it is the government for the people, by the people, and of the people. So democracy means people's government. And if we think, and we have adopted democracy from whom? From Britishers. Britishers have also democracy, but their democracy is quite different, and our democracy is quite different than them. And next word is republic. Republic, the meaning of republic is also quite similar to the meaning of democracy. Republic means government of public. But we cannot say that these two words are equal. Let me tell you an example about England. England is democracy, but England is not republic, because the highest authority of the England, that is king, and that is not elected king. That is king by their dynastic system. So they have democracy, but they don't have republic. But we have both. We have democracy also, and we have republic also. If we take example of China. China doesn't have democracy, they have republic system. The higher authority of the China, any common person can go on the higher authority of China. So that is their republic, but we have both. So these all are the features of our Indian constitution: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice. That constitution is giving assurance to all citizens that Indian government shall provide justice to all. Justice in what kind? Social justice, economical justice, and political justice. We have adopted this concept from Russian Revolution and Russian Constitution. So social justice and economical justice and political justice. We get political justice by fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights in our Indian Constitution, and we get political justice as we give our valuable vote at the time of election to our leaders, or any common man can fight election, any common man can stand for election, and he can become a leader, or he can run the government. So that is political equality, or that is political justice to everyone. But what about social and economical justice? There are also provisions in our Indian Constitution for giving social and economical justice. Those provisions are included in the directive principles of state policy. So whenever state wish to give those all provisions to people, or whenever state want to make welfare of the people, that time state use these all concepts: social justice and economical justice. Justice, social, economic, and political. Liberty of thoughts, expressions, and belief. Constitution has given us liberty. Constitution has given us freedom about what? Thoughts and expressions. It is we have right to express our thoughts. We can express our thoughts whenever we want, but there are some limitations on that. But it is our liberty, it is our right. Next is belief, faith, and worship. What is the meaning of these words? Belief, faith, and worship. It is nothing but it is our religious freedom. We can believe and faith and worship whatever we want, or we can believe on whatever religion that we want. So it is nothing but it is the concept of secularism. Secularism means we treat every religion equally, and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar had included this term in preamble of the constitution because he directly defined actual meaning of secularism in these words. Next is equality of status and of opportunity. Again, I would like to tell about this word, socialist. It is the actual meaning of socialist or socialism. Next is equality means what? Status and opportunity. The constitution is providing us equality. Constitution is providing equal opportunity. Or suppose, let's take an example. Ambani has so much property. and suppose 10 lakh or 10 million billion crore, but I don't have. So there isn't equality. Then what can we do? But we all have equal opportunity to earn that money. Do we have? So we have that equal opportunity to earn. That means that our socialism or Gandhian socialism is telling equal opportunity and equal status. Every person, every citizen has that equal status. Next is fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual. Fraternity means what? Fraternity means brotherhood, brotherhoodness. We all should behave with everyone like the sense of brotherhood. We all are Indian, and as we were praying in the pledge of the Indian pledge, that India is our country, India is my country, and all Indians are my brothers and sisters. That concept is telling this dignity of individual and fraternity technique, fraternity concept. Fraternity means brotherhoodness. Fraternity, dignity of individual. Dignity means respect. Every individual person, every individual Indian has a respect, has one type of dignity, and we should respect others' dignity. Always, whenever we wander in the society, whenever we live in the society, that time we should respect every person. We should try to keep every person's dignity. Fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. Unity and integrity means what? Our country is united country, and we should keep our country united, and that is our duty. That is our national duty. Unity and integrity of the nation. Integrity word was not in the real preamble. It had been included in the year of 1976. Integrity means united India, and we should keep that united India. Next, in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949. In preamble, the date has mentioned that date is 26th of November 1949. So that date, on that day, Constituent Assembly adopted this preamble, and they accepted this preamble. And then after they implemented the preamble immediately, some certain or some of the provisions of the constitution they implemented, and whole constitution implemented on by the date of 26th of January 1950. That is our Republic Day. And at last they say that we are adopting this constitution and we are implementing this constitution. We, that means people of India, and we all are accepting this. So that's why that was the introduction of preamble, Indian preamble. If you would like to ask any question, then you can ask it to me. Is there any question? Yes.
Sir, while explaining the democracy or the democratic word, you said that there is difference between the England democracy and Indian democracy. So
little bit difference.
Little bit. That only I would like to understand. Can you please explain?
Our democracy is parliamentary democracy. England's democracy is also parliamentary democracy. But there is a little bit difference. That means their highest authority is king, and our highest authority is president. Our president is getting elected after 5 years, but their king is not getting elected. He become king by his hereditary position or by his dynastic position, and our president is not getting elected by dynastic system.
So
that is main difference.
The same difference with the republic difference. What is there? It is the same difference.
Yes. Yes.
As you said that we have got justice from Russia.
Justice,
social and economic, political.
Yes.
But as Baba Saheb Ambedkar said that he has studied the many books of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and the teacher of Chandragupta Maurya.
Yes.
So can you elaborate it?
Yes, correct. You are saying correct that. Because Baba Saheb Ambedkar already said that we have copied so many good concepts from so many sources. So that source is one of them that you are telling. But that is also correct, and whatever I am saying, that is also correct.
But you said the main is it the main source from Russia?
No. There are so many sources. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar had studied 60 constitutions of the world. So he took so many good principles from so many constitutions, and already he had said that whatever good in the constitution of any constitution of any nation, that we will accept it because it is good. Then what is the problem to accept it? So that is not we cannot say that we are directly copying them. So we are taking good from them. It is our broad mindset that we are taking good from them.
Thanks for satisfying.
Okay. So shall we stop here? Is there any more question? Okay, shall we stop here?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.